Hello there ladies and gentlemen, how are you doing? It's Alexander Hilly123 here and it's time for a new video. And as you can see from the title, it's time for a new pickups video today, gaming pickups video. So the rules, if you don't know, every 5 games that I purchase for the first ever time, I'll showcase them to you guys, whether they're digital or physical. We'll tell you what systems they're on, if I've completed them, because sometimes I have completed them, sometimes I haven't even started them yet, sometimes I've rage quit them. I've rage quit 2 of the 5 games that we're showing today, oh boy. And yeah, that's basically the gist of it. First time in 6 months doing one of these. I kind of have an idea what my next half dozen games that I'm going to be purchasing are. If I get a PS5, Last of Us Remake, Stray, Ghostwire Tokyo, and then Dying Light 2, Callisto Protocol, Dead Space, Resi 4 remakes as well. A few too many remakes there for me. Plague Tale 2, so, you know, relatively hyped. Gaming isn't all that shit. That's what I'm saying this year. That's my 2022 Alexander Hilly 123 mentality. It's not bad. Gaming's not that shite. It's okay. That's how I'm feeling at the moment. But today, guys, I'm talking about 4 games on the Xbox, 1 on the PS4 exclusive. All the others are not Xbox exclusives. They can be played on the PlayStation, but the Series X is my current console of choice. But let us begin. This is my first video in over a month, by the way, coming back off an hiatus, if I can say the word. Wanted to just have a month off, come back, few weeks time, Max Payne 2 Let's Play, really looking forward to that. Bloody love playing Max Payne 1 about 3 or 4 months ago. Straight back into Max Payne 2, ready for those remakes, which will probably be next year. Ooh, and Alan Wake 2 as well. Yeah, I'm relatively hyped, man. Just got to wait for these games now, but they're coming. But anyway, first of all, ladies and gentlemen, it's a game that I rage quit on 3 or 4 months ago, and it's the 3rd game in a franchise. I rage quit the 1st game in the franchise, came back to it many years later and enjoyed it. Will the same happen for Metro Exodus? A game that they waxed lyrical about and said was incredible, but I just didn't feel it. I rage quit this one about 5 or 6 hours in. The main reasons being, I did not like the level design and the traversal. I thought the game world was very frustrating to navigate through. There was an area, about 5 or 6 hours in, where I was getting stun locked. Not stun locked by an enemy's attacks, well, kind of was, but I was off the beaten track, and I was trying to get to the main quest, and I had to do it on boat. Now, I've played a lot of games recently with boats, like Last of Us 2 has a boat, and Resident Evil Village, and when these games have boats in them, you want to make the controls really arcadey and fun. Metro Exodus, if I remember correctly, you have to fucking paddle. It's slow, it's annoying, and these enemies are launching projectile spit at you. You get hit, you fall in the water, you go through this retarded animation where he's comes out, and then you get killed immediately. Does the game spawn you back in with more health? No. It's not a get good kind of thing, this. It's a, come on guys, let's have some common sense, it's 2022 thing. I remember there was this kind of church with this like cult, and I was trying my best to get to the church, but the level design was done in such a way that there were like little tiny pieces of rubble and wood in the way, so my character wouldn't jump over them, and I couldn't get to the church, and it was on a boat, and there was ice everywhere, and there was water. I was falling in the water, going through that animation, and I was not enjoying the balance of open to linear. Metro is the name of this title. 2033 and Last Light were ultra linear. This isn't. And I get more frustrated at games potentially that have this balance between open and linear more so than pure open games. If you know me, and you've seen me on YouTube in the last 5 to 7 years, you'll know that I've waged a war against a lot of open world games following exactly the same kind of mechanics and the way that they are. I'm getting a bit burnt out on them and wanting linear games to return. The balance is all I wish, but I think this kind of game frustrates me more. Now, I rage quit with 5 or 6 hours in. I watched a Jim Sterling video where I agreed with a heck of a lot of what he said about this video. Didn't realise he'd become female since then, but there we go. But yeah, I just don't know if I'm going to give this game another chance. We've all rage quit games before for different reasons. When you play a game and you're in a bad mood, when you play a game and you want to give it a second chance, they can redeem themselves. But I'm not sure I will with this game, purely because of the level design. And I don't want to put it on easy mode. It ain't happening. I shouldn't have to do that. My honour is not going to allow me to do that. But guys, should I give Metro Exodus another chance? Tell me in the drop down menu. Some of the game was nice. I mean, it looked nice. The characters I didn't really give a shit about. There's a big whole cast of characters, more so than in the last 2 Metro games, and I found myself feeling cold by that, to be honest with you. But anyway, a game that I did enjoy, ladies and gentlemen, the first game by Mr. Joseph Fares. Fuck the Oscars, he's right. But yeah, Brothers, A Tale of Two Sons, released in 2013, a kind of puzzle platformer from a kind of asymmetric style from the top, coming down at that angle, and you control 2 brothers, can you believe it? Using the left and right analog sticks. And at first I was like, holy shit, these controls are going to be frustrating, and they were at the start, but after about 20-30 minutes I really got into them. The game has no dialogue, the game has no documents, and it's got nice audio. These characters, I said there's no dialogue, but they talk a little bit in this kind of fake, kind of sim-like language, you know, the video game The Sims, and it was a bit cliche story-wise. I could see where it was going, but I enjoyed it. It was a nice, unique experience, and I feel like it's a kind of a shame that this wasn't expanded on in regards to a sequel, but obviously Joseph Fares went on to do A Way Out, and It Takes Two, a game I would like to play in the future, but I'm going to need someone to play with me. Whereas this is a game that's single player, but you play as 2 characters. And it's unique, it's fun, and I think you use the left trigger and the right trigger to like pick items up and carry them and drag things, and there's a few easy bosses. It was on the easy side of the game, very, very easy platinum as well, a lot of easy trophies to get, etc. But I enjoyed this game, I recommend it. I only got it for about £6 when it was on offer, and yeah, let's see if one day we get a game that's similar to that. Maybe no studios wanted to copy it entirely, but I did enjoy it. Nice to play a game like that after Metro Exodus. It really was a nice palate cleanse. But next up, ladies and gentlemen, we're talking about a video game called Black. Now, someone I've known for a heck of a long time on YouTube, XRP Brit. Great channel, check him out, talking about cryptocurrency and all that shit. I have no idea what any of that is, because I've got 20 IQ and I'm a northern monkey, but he's made great content on YouTube for a heck of a long time. Even if you're not into cryptocurrency, it doesn't matter, because he's very funny, talking about a heck of a lot of things in his videos, podcasts, and you should definitely check him out, because he deserves a lot more views than he gets, because, you know, the shit rises to the top on YouTube these days. But yeah, he was mentioning Black, and it's a game that I genuinely wanted to play for a long time, but never had done so. Released in very early 2006, checking Wikipedia just a few minutes ago before starting this video, I didn't realise that it wasn't an Xbox exclusive. I never knew it came out on the PS2. I'm kind of tempted, I don't want to ruin the game for myself, but I'm kind of tempted to see the differences between the Xbox and the PlayStation 2 version. I'm guessing the Xbox version might be a bit better and more powerful, but this was released right at the end of the PS2 Xbox era, right at the start of the 360 PS3 era. If it was the end of the PS3 Xbox 360 era, but right at the start of the Xbox One PS4 era, you'd goddamn know that there would have been a remaster of this game by now. But there hasn't been. But I've not played it. It's a first-person shooter with a difference, apparently. Intriguing story, great combat, and it's got great reviews. It's got EA's money. Fuck EA. EA published game. This is when EA weren't quite so evil. So, you know, it probably had a lot spent on it. I don't think it did that well. And a sequel came out under a different name and studio, I do believe, but didn't do as well. But not played this yet, so I can't speak about it. But Black, Morphos, I will be playing that in the next month or two. So looking forward to that, but I can't speak any more of it. And the next game on my list, ladies and gentlemen, is I'm going to actually check the Wikipedia page for this one. It's a game called Silt, which was released just over a month and a half ago, June the 1st, 2022, on all modern consoles. And it says here, it's a surreal underwater puzzle adventure platformer indie horror. Developed by Spiral Circus and published by Fireshine Studios. Very, very, very inspired by Limbo and Inside, especially Limbo with its aesthetic. But it's underwater and you play as a scuba diver. My phone has just lit up. Okay, someone's added a story to their Snapchat, ladies and gentlemen. And Silt is a very, very small indie studio. I was relatively enjoying this game, but unfortunately, I rage quitted again. We're in a period of rage quit at the moment, ladies and gentlemen. I know. But there's 4 chapters in this game, and I rage quit on chapter 4. I'm about an hour towards the end. I did this with Control. I rage quit that game. Oh, God, just thinking about that game makes me angry. I really didn't enjoy that game. Control is the worst Remedy game, people. Get that into your heads. It's not the best. And even though this is totally different, but what I'm saying is I rage quit both games towards the end. But there's an insta-kill enemy in chapter 4 where when it kills you, you've got to do the whole part again. Insta-kill enemies can be used in interesting, decent ways in a game. They heighten the tension. They, gameplay-wise, give you something different to think about when mixed in with normal enemies. If you think of a masterpiece like The Evil Within, for example, with the insta-kill Rubik's, you can shoot the hands that kill you. You can kill them the same way as a normal enemy. There are ways and means around the insta-kill is what I'm trying to say here. When you play the game more, you realise that. With a game like Silt, though, there's no real way to defend yourself, and the checkpoints in Chapter 4 were shit, and the game was kind of becoming more frustrating just because of that. Chapters 1, 2 and 3, the best of this game is not as good as the best of the games I've compared it to so far. It was quite good, quite fun, but nothing we haven't seen before in terms of, well, underwater it's unique, obviously, and I think the most interesting and unique element of this game was the fact that you can kind of mind jack into these other creatures that are underwater. You control them, they've all got different abilities. They can electroshock things, electrify things, whatever, and they can help you progress through the game. It's just a shame. There's some bosses which aren't difficult, but they can be frustrating at the same time, understanding what to do. And your character could move a little faster in this game as well. I know he's wading under deep water, but yeah. Yet again, nice to play a game with great ambience, very good ambience, and great style and aesthetic. Some people will really enjoy this. I rage quit it, but I may well give it another go. But Chapter 4, man, what were they thinking? So close to the end, and it's kind of changed the way the game is, and it's frustrating. I've seen other people say this online, so it's not just me either. We're at 12 minutes. I'm quite happy with this. But ladies and gentlemen, I might go back to Silt. It didn't get great reviews. It got good reviews. Criticism towards its imbalanced challenges and tedious objectives. Yeah, that makes sense. But Silt, some people will like it. Let's see what happens. But now, ladies and gentlemen, this is the game I wanted to talk most in depth about. We're at 13 minutes in length. I'm trying to keep this under 20 minutes, but it is none other than Ghost of Tsushima. And we were talking about open world and the balance between open and linear. It's something that I'm absolutely obsessed by. But I am obsessed by the little details in gaming. That's why I'm still playing games, and this is an open world game that I'm enjoying. I am 25 to 30 hours into this game. I have used howlongtobeat.com as a guide to help me know how long I'm probably going to be playing. Main is 25 hours. Main plus extra is 55 hours, and I think completionist is like way into the 70s, 80s, 90s, I can't remember. Usually, 9 times out of 10 with these kind of games, it's main plus extra that I'm closest to. So we're probably going to be talking a 55, 60 hour game-ish. So I'm probably coming up to about halfway in. I've already played it for 3 weeks. I can only plug in 2 hours after work, midweek. Weekend, today, I've plugged in about 4 or 5 hours because I've done fuck all else today on this Saturday. And I'm having fun. The game is set in 13th century Japan. So needless to say, no guns. For me personally, as a gamer, and the games that I play, that makes it unique. Because I don't play many games with a melee type combat system. I hate the Dark Souls series, and that was what worried me about this game. But looking online, I saw enough to suggest that it wasn't similar to Dark Souls, and it isn't, thank Christ. You have a sword, can you believe it? Where you've got 4 different stances for different types of enemies. And then it's not in case of button mashing, but there are different, like a fighting game, different prompts like triangle, triangle, square, square, where you will do different moves to the enemies. You also get these kunais, I think they're called, which are basically shurikens, which you throw at the enemies. You can upgrade them so it kills them instantly. You've got smoke bombs. You got these bombs, which I can't remember what they're called, but the way that your character lobs them is so random. You don't arc throw it, he just goes like that and throws it, and it goes in whatever direction, and sometimes it serves no purpose. You get served a shit sandwich, and it's like, well, that was a waste. But you get a bow and arrow. The combat overall is very fun, but this game is, I think, perhaps more repetitive than something like, if you. The thing is with these PlayStation 4 exclusives, the formula is very, very similar. I'm comparing it here to like Days Gone, which I thoroughly enjoyed, and Horizon Zero Dawn, which I ended up dropping because I was getting frustrated by the amount of side quests that I had to do, and I didn't enjoy the game world, and I didn't enjoy the story, and I didn't enjoy the machines and all that aspect of the game. I wasn't having fun. Days Gone Zombie Apocalypse, I think Days Gone is a fantastic game. I absolutely loved the traversal with the bike, and that's the thing with these kind of games. With Horizon Zero Dawn, there was fast travel, I think, but you were on foot all the time. With this game, you had a horse, not obviously unique, but it allows you to get around the map really quickly. Fast travel with a lot of these kinds of games, people would say, oh, if you fast travel, it must mean that you're not enjoying it, or I'm deciding not to fast travel because I'm enjoying the game that much. But for me personally, it's just wasted time. And I'm enjoying fast traveling in this game because it's getting me to all the side quests quicker, keeping me having fun. And I think this is more repetitive than Horizon Zero Dawn and Days Gone, possibly. But all these open world style games are repetitive. Clear a camp, save someone, get XP, good upgrade system, don't get me wrong. And then main missions, side quests. Very, very, very repetitive, this game. And sometimes you can just be unlucky because you're doing side quests and you're looking at them and thinking, I'll just do this one, I'll do that one. Oh, I enjoy this character, I'm going to do their side quest. And sometimes you can just do ones which are very repetitive, whereas you might have ones where... This game, one of the trends that I hate about these games is when there are tracks in the ground. Oh, there's footprints here in a village full of thousands of people, but these footprints are definitely the footprints of the guy who killed the innocent NPC from a couple of days ago. I mean, it's a bit daft to say the very least. But, and then you follow the footprints, which can be very confusing sometimes because you don't know where you're going. I got stuck a few times not being able to just find the right tiny little icon, which you have to press R2 on to examine. So yeah, some of the tropes of open world games are in this game, which are kind of frustrating, but I enjoy the combat. The standoffs are fantastic. So you got to hold the triangle button, an enemy will attack you, and at just the last minute you've got to swipe up and kill them. 3 more rushing if you upgrade it, and then the fights break out. And the upgrade system is really fun. There are a lot of interesting side aspects of this game. The way you increase your health is by going in a hot spring bath. You write haiku poems, if you can believe it. You make your own poems up. It gives you a choice of different words. Really interesting. Fox dens. A fox leads you to a shrine where you pray to it, and then you get these charms. The upgrade system's fantastic. The game looks good. It sounds good. The character Jin Sakai. The voice actor. I am playing with English voice acting. The voice acting's absolutely fantastic. Obviously, they're all, I think, Japanese voice actors, but speaking in English. It's a bit daft, but I just didn't want to play it in Japanese because I wouldn't have been able to concentrate on it. I know some people will hate that, but yeah. I'm playing on normal, but you know what? It's a decent balance. The game started out really hard, and now I've got a lot of upgrades, and I go into these big fights throwing the shurikens and throwing all that shit, but now there's a new enemy, and it's getting tougher, but I'm 30 hours in, 25 to 30 hours in. The second half of the game, I'd say I'm about halfway, there's now more side quests than there have been so far. And as such, I'm having a couple of days break from the game. I'm confident I'll complete this, I don't think I'll rage quit it, but I'm getting a little bit fatigued, and I feel all I need is a little break for a couple of days, and that's what I'm going to do. So Ghost of Tsushima, to sum up, better than Horizon Zero Dawn. I think I prefer Days Gone to this, but it's more repetitive than those games. If you like the combat, I think you're going to have a blast. The story is intriguing. It's cliche though, I know where it's going. And there's a heck of a lot to do. The map is humongous, as you would expect. Apparently this game's getting a sequel, so there you go. I don't think it's masterpiece level, but I'm really enjoying it. But ladies and gentlemen, that's 20 minutes now. That's my time up with this one. Interesting how with these pickup videos, sometimes there's games that I haven't started yet, sometimes there's games that I have finished, and sometimes there's ones that I'm halfway through. So you might never know my thoughts on that game. I'll mention it one random video, but no one will probably watch that particular random video because it'll probably be part 16 of a Let's Play. But yeah, upcoming in the next few weeks, I'm going to have a Radiohead albums ranked worst to best, Max Payne 2 Let's Play to come. In the autumn, there's going to be quite a few video game purchases, and then Callisto Protocol. It's getting closer, ladies and gentlemen. Please, for the love of Christ, don't let that game be delayed. It's going to be a slaughtering little Christmas, and I can't wait. Thanks for watching, guys. See you soon. Bye-bye.